We are very rapidly approaching the new year, and my life feels about as tangled as all of these wires. There are so many things in my van that I need to give away, that I need to sell, that I need to put in storage. I need to organize my storage. And so part of getting a fresh start for the new year is getting on that and getting as much done as I possibly can in the next few days. This is my art cabinet, and I'm hoping to cut it down by at least a third. But I don't know if it'll be possible because I do have a lot of print stuff in here. Complete and utter disaster zone. At one point, I made these really cute window covers with linen fabric, and a lot of them are moldy, and if they're not moldy, they're just entirely falling apart. So I think I'm going to trash them and go down to the bare bones of Reflectix for now. I didn't have a sewing machine at the time, so that was definitely part of it. I used hot glue, and I would not recommend trash. Can you see the mold on it? Ugh. I'm currently stapling 2 pieces of Reflectix together. Underneath all of that mold was actually the Reflectix cover I made when I first got on the road. Kind of funny. It's definitely not quite as aesthetic as when I first made them, but it's definitely more aesthetic than when they all had mold on them. I think what I need to do now is start piles outside of the van for sell and give away and throw away and recycle. And storage. Even in such a small space, I still managed to accumulate so many things that I don't really need. The temperature just dropped out here, what feels like 15 degrees. So I'm throwing on a sweater and I'm going to continue. For the past 4 months, I've been using a climbing quick draw to open and close my closet because the latch broke. We are going to replace that now. This entire closet door is going to be replaced in January. So this is a temporary fix, which is why I don't care if I'm not measuring perfectly and I have to drill more holes than I should. Ta-da! That feels really good. I got to my mom's about a week and a half ago, and I just left everything in my van when I got here. And so there is a sink full of dishes, and it is pretty disgusting. I will spare you the details. I'm almost done cleaning the van. I just need to finish up these dishes and then wipe everything down and sweep the floors. And I think that's gonna be it for today. It is official. My van is so clean and organized. My cabinets are so much emptier than they were before, which feels so amazing to have a kind of blank slate going into the new year. And now tomorrow I have a ton of errands I need to do to continue along this van reset routine. I have to do pretty much all of the normal things. And I kind of want to see how long it takes me now that I have access to my mom's house. Normally when I'm on the road, it takes me all day. I'm actually going to look at my footage to see just how many hours it takes me. And I am so curious how much the time is going to be shaved. I think it's going to be half the time, but maybe even a third of the time. But that being said, I am running out of light today, so I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning. I looked at the footage from my most recent van life reset routine last night, and it took me a full 12 hours to film and do all of my van life errands when I didn't have access to a house. I definitely don't think it's going to take me that long today. And I actually already showered this morning, so I can check that one off, but I need to get started, and I think I'm going to start with the nasty business. This is the Nature's Head composting toilet, and here is how I clean it out. Step 1, remove the #1 jug. Step 2, remove the toilet seat. Step 3, get a black contractor bag. Step 4, dump. Step 5, throw away. Step 6, add organic coconut coir. Step 7, add a bunch of water. Steps 8 and 9, put away and wash hands vigorously. It is 12:20 now. I finished up with the composting toilet, so I think I started at around noon, and obviously it takes me a little longer because I am filming, but next on the list is getting some water, and usually this would take me 20 minutes just to find where I'm going and to get there, and all I have to do is drive over to my mom's house and use her spigot, which is so nice. I do have to be careful though, because I have all of this stuff that I still need to deal with in the back, so I need to drive a little slowly. It is now 12:30 and I'm up against my mom's house. I want to put all of this stuff in storage inside, and then there's one thing I need to install before I do water, and I'll explain why after I put all this stuff away. Okay, that is done. I also brought some stuff that I need to take to Goodwill that I've been keeping at my mother's house for far too long. And in my hands, I hold my savior. When I was in Baja at the beginning of this year, I actually broke my water inlet. I think that was January, and now, as you know, this is a new year van life reset. So I've waited the entire year to replace it, and I've dealt with a very leaky inlet flow for a very long time. So today is the day to finally fix it. First, I just got to get off the old one, which is honestly proving a little more difficult than I'd hoped for, but I'm not surprised because this is the whole reason I caused the leak in the first place. I think I got it with some damage. That's okay, it'll be covered up. And here is the new one. That should be it. Now I just need to double check for leaks. I'm definitely a little nervous because this time if it leaks, it'll be leaking inside my water compartment, whereas before, even though it was leaking a lot, it was leaking outside. So I'm definitely gonna start the water pressure as low as I can. I think we're good. No leaks. I cannot believe that it took me a year to do this. It should have been so much higher on my priority list, especially with how much water I wiped up. And I'm so scared about water in the van. So I don't know, sometimes I'm not the smartest, I guess, but at least it's fixed now. And I'm going into 2024 without any water leaks in my van. It is 1:30. I am packing up the tripod and we are on our way out to try to go find propane. Even though I am in my hometown, I honestly have no idea where to get propane. So I'm going to be looking that up on iOverlander just like I do every other time. It smells so strongly of peppermint oil in my van right now because every time I come to my mom's, that's when I get all of my mice. If you are new to this channel, I have had over 20 mice. I think I'm at 22 mice in my van, and I always pick them up at my mom's house because she lives in the country. The first time I ever got mice, I got 6 of them, a family of 6. The second time I came to my mom's house, I got a family of 5. I realized I need to turn the lights off in my van. I am really trying to avoid that this time, but I honestly will not at all be surprised if I get some more. I found exactly one propane stop and it is a 20-minute drive from here, so we better get going. Do you guys have a propane person on staff today?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, thanks. Just got here. I just need to take my propane out of its little box. Turn on the stove so that it burns out. Now we unscrew. I don't even know if it needs that much, but I wanted to check. All right, meet you inside. Okay, it cost me $6.34 for about 1.5 gallons, 1.299 gallons. So it was about half empty or half full. Another thing checked off. I think the next things I need to do are some errands that are kind of unrelated to my normal van life routine, but I need to get another Christmas gift. And I also need to get my mom a couple things at Best Buy. So that might push our time a little bit forward, but I will not be including them in this video. I will catch up with you when we are on to our next thing, which is dropping all of my giveaway items off at Goodwill. While I was doing some of my other errands, I remembered that there is a PetSmart and a Trader Joe's in the same shopping center. It's so convenient how they're always right next to each other. So I'm going to quickly get Eliza some food, and I am going to pick up some groceries because I do think I need a few things. Got it. You know, one of the really nice things about being able to have access to a house is that Eliza doesn't have to come along with me. I feel so guilty sometimes when I just have to drive from place to place to place, and I do try to get her a good amount of exercise, but it's so nice knowing that she has plenty of space at home, that she can roam around outside if she needs to. She has other dogs to play with, and I don't feel guilty having to keep her cooped up in a van all day. Anyways, I did get groceries. I didn't buy too much, but I still managed to spend almost $50. I feel like groceries here in California are just so outrageously expensive. And the last thing that I need to do is drop off those things at a Goodwill. Okay, I'm just gonna drop this off and I'll be right back. That is done and I'm ready to go home. I can't even believe this. It's not even 4 o'clock, it's 3:43 right now, and I've gotten all of my errands done. I know I bought a little less groceries, but I've just been able to do laundry whenever I need to. And I think so much of van life errands that take so long is just routing to the places that you need to go. It's not that the things themselves take longer, but I'm just driving all over town trying to get everything. And being able to have a house where I can get a lot of that stuff done is just so nice. And I feel so accomplished. I got so much done in so little time. Wow. I guess I'm gonna head back to my mom's. We are back at my mom's house. There's still a few more things that I do need to do, and one that I'm really excited for, but I think I'm going to save those for tomorrow and go and spend some time with my mom. I did go ahead and put more peppermint oil on all of the wheels again, which I think I need to do every single time I park here. I'm gonna run out of peppermint oil soon. But anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, it's the next day. I actually finished the last kind of icky job off camera, and that will stay between me and my fridge for all of eternity. Which means I only really have one fun thing to do before I'm finished up with this video and my whole van life reset. In years past, I've kept bullet journals, and one of the things I've liked most about them is that I track everywhere that I have ever camped ever since I started on the road. But I found with time I kind of started lagging and not doing that as much, and ultimately I moved that to a Google Drive document so it's all digital. And as pretty as those bullet journals were, I'm kind of done with it. But this year I got a pre-made planner so I can hopefully avoid all of the timeliness that I can't commit to when it comes to a bullet journal and do some planning for next year. So no matter when you are watching this video, if you are catching it right when it's posted and you have a few days left, or if you're catching it at the start of next year, or even in the middle of the year, I encourage you to take some time to reflect on how your year has gone so far, or at the tail end, how it's gone in totality, and also to, hope and plan for the future. I spent the first 3 months of this year in Baja, California. I became a walking advertisement for the place. I had been told that it was this really scary place where you need to be wary all the time, and as a woman traveling alone on the road with my dainty little dog, I'm always wary. And I was also extremely pleasantly surprised. It was an oasis. It was affordable. There was delicious food. There was camping on the beaches. It was breathtaking landscapes all around, and it was warm and nice, and my van did not struggle there. In the spring, I stayed in Carrizo Plains in California. I got to see the super bloom of wildflowers that was visible from space. It was so big. I basically drove around the valley floor for multiple weeks searching out various species and nerding out over flowers because I am a botanist at heart. I spent June and July in Asia. I got to host a group trip in Bali with my 2 best friends, Sarah and Tori. I got to explore Indonesia and Thailand and even Vietnam a little bit. And I thought I was gonna go to Canada this fall, but that didn't work out. That's okay though, because I was in the PNW really enjoying my time in Oregon and Washington for the remainder of the year until I came back here for the holidays. My van didn't like it though. My van experienced so many breakdowns, so many issues. I was constantly fixing things or taking it to the shop, but I am hopeful that I am now on the other side of that, which feels really good. So overall, some highs and lows. I just really love that at the end of the year we're invited to reflect on what we liked and what we didn't like, where we struggled and where we excelled in the year prior, and to make hopes and dreams for the future. And this applies to everyone, no matter what age you are. Anyways, guys, I have a plane to catch. Want to guess where I'm going? I will see you in next week's video. Take care of yourselves. Bye. Bear bin last night for my vote. Oops. I literally forgot about you. Oh God. Recent what was the last step? Now I'm sitting on a toilet.